Hello everybody, I'm Krasiattasio, I'm sidereal astrologer, and now I will make my brief forecast about the week for the 12 ascendants. Just to make, as usual, a small disclaimer that this is very general, of course, because every chart is unique and there are so many details that we will see separately in each one's chart. So this is just very basic in order to give you indication. And this is, in my forecast is based on the rising sign, on the ascendant. So briefly, we have this week two very important events which I am describing separately in two separate videos, I think. One is the simultaneous heliacal rise of Mercury and Saturn. This means that Mercury and Saturn will become visible, will have their symbolic heliacal birth on the very same day, and this will be 13th of February, which will be very important in terms of truth, communication. So if there is something important that you want to make related to media, sharing knowledge, obtaining knowledge, creating something related to media, negotiations, communication, this particular day is quite good and quite important. Then also very soon, we are actually on the 11th of February, Ketu and Rahu are changing signs and they're entering Gemini, Sagittarius, but for this I also have separate video. And now I will talk ascendant per ascendant, just 2-3 words for each ascendant to give you feeling how the week will look like for you for the next 7 days. And we're starting, I think I spoke about 11th of February, but doesn't matter, Monday 11th of February, and as usual we are starting with Aries, and we're having something significant here as well, and this is Mars conjoined with Uranus on the ascendant, on Aries, in Aries. And this is very interesting in terms of energy, can make you very ambitious, very creative, very practical. This particular aspect is receiving harmonious trine from Venus and Saturn. So if you would be doing important activities, initiations, initiatives on this particular day, 11, 12, 13th of February, it will be quite fine. And this is for ascendant Aries. Then you're having Mercury on your 11th house, quite good for your plans, quite good for the people that you know, for your friendships. And when the ruler of the ascendant is on the ascendant, this is very constructive and very good in terms of achieving your plans. However, still Uranus is on your ascendant. You may have all these energies and desires for change, but be a bit cautious. Then we're having Taurus rising, Taurus ascendant, and Jupiter is very supportive in terms of your relationships and family and contracts, but the ascendant ruler is with Saturn, and this can create some, depends on your natal chart of course, but this can create some issues in relation to finances, some costs that you may generate without expecting this. This can create some small issues in relation to your romantic love life. So be patient with the loved ones. The Sun is going to be very supportive for your career and work, and Jupiter is supportive for your contracts and all those long-lasting relations in your life. Then we're having a Gemini, and Gemini will be having until 24th of February supportive time, because Venus is joining Saturn, who is making opposition to Gemini. So this will be supportive, but still you're experiencing the opposition of Saturn in your 7th house, where your relationships are, where your all your relationships, not only the one that is related to your family or your husbands and wives, still be responsible with for your health. Be cautious when you're signing contracts, and also especially on the 13th of February, when it will be the heliacal rise of Saturn, and 1 week after that, do not undertake any risks. However, in terms of communication, in terms of spirituality and travel, Mercury and the Sun will be very supportive for you. Also, Mars will be supportive for your plans and for your new initiatives. And then we're having Cancer rising. And for Cancer, I would say this will be a week maybe very productive for your career. You may be having ambition to achieve deals and to make new initiatives career-wise. In your 6th house, you're having the supportive placement of Venus, which will be supporting your health until 24th of February in particular, but still do not undertake any risks. Be very patient when negotiating, be very patient at work, and be very careful for at least 1 month while Mars will be squaring your ascendant when undertaking any initiatives, and do not get involved in risky situations. And the week will be very fine in terms of spirituality, in terms of studies, so you may really benefit from new knowledge and studies. Then Leo rising. Now for Leo, yes, Mars is making harmonious aspect to your ascendant, very positive for your business, for your work, for your new plans, for your new studies. This is quite good. Venus is supporting your 5th house and Saturn there, and it is very benefic in terms of your romantic life, romantic relationships. And if you suffered from issues related to your private life and romance, Venus will be supporting quite well. Mercury is rising heliacally, becoming visible on your 7th house, and which is very supportive in terms of negotiations, communications, important deals. This will be quite supportive for 1 week at least. So, and then Jupiter is making opposition to your midheaven, and this is to your place of work, because the midheaven can change related to the different longitudes. But Jupiter is making aspect to your 10th house, to your career and to your home, and this is very, very blessing. And then we're looking at Virgo rising. And here we are having on your lower meridian Saturn, that is usually until January 2020, squaring your ascendant and also descendant to create some emotional hardships, most probably, also some lessons and some challenges at work. But Venus is now supporting you very much until 24th of February. So Venus will be playing this very good role. So the week will be quite good for you. Also, the heliacal rise of Mercury, the ruler of your ascendant, will be beneficial for your work and for your plans, and will be supporting also for your health. Also, if you give attention to spirituality, also any spiritual awareness studies will be very rewarding right now. Libra. You are having very good placement of Venus, making harmonious aspect to both your ascendant and descendant, supporting Saturn in your third house, which will be blessing in terms of spiritual awareness. And when you are seeking spiritual knowledge, secret knowledge, any information will be very much supported, while Venus will be with Saturn. The heliacal rise of Saturn in your third house will result in events related to communication, to your trade, to your business, most probably. Jupiter in your second house will certainly not leave you without finances. The Sun is very supporting for your career, and Mercury will be very supportive in terms of new studies, and also will be supporting your fifth house for good, aspecting the seventh. So the heliacal rise of Mercury will be also very beneficial, especially in relation to knowledge and truth. And then we're having Scorpio, and you are having Jupiter on the ascendant until November 2019, and this is wonderful. For quite some time you will be blessed by this Jupiter on the ascendant, with these small exceptions where towards the end of the year Jupiter is becoming invisible. You're having Saturn in the second house that is creating some most probably challenges in relation to the way you make your money, but Saturn requires simply discipline and time orientation. So when Venus is there, this will be very supportive in terms of money. You may have now with Mars, you may have some issues with subordinates, colleagues. Be responsible for your health. Mercury will be very supportive for your work and plans. And then we are having Sagittarius. You are experiencing already for quite some time Saturn, Pluto on your ascendant, now Ketu also. Yes, I know this is not easy. This is like, it's like to have your Saturn in return. It is such a complex aspect. But with Venus now, until 24th of February, you'll be very supported, and this is a very beneficial transit of Venus. When Saturn will become visible now this week, you may have events, and how this will manifest depends on your natal chart. But I would say the week that will be after 13th, 1 week after 13th of February, do not undertake any risks. Just be cautious, be responsible for your health. On the other hand, the sun will be supportive for your finances. The ascendant ruler, being in the 12th house, can lead you towards interest in the secret esoteric sciences, but can also be a reason for lack of energy. So be responsible for your health. Mercury on your third will be good for communication, media work, knowledge seeking, knowledge receiving, sharing knowledge, studies, spiritual work. This will be wonderful and rewarded. And then we are having Capricorn. Now Rahu and Ketu are leaving the axis of Capricorn. Cancer, usually for most of the people, this is a true relief. So this week they're leaving you alone. The sun is on your ascendant still for another 2-3 days, very supporting for your energy, for your desire to create. Jupiter is making harmonious aspect to your ascendant, good for your friends, for plans, for making money. Mercury will rise heliacally in the place where you're making money, also very good. I see this as a very good week. Still, Saturn will rise heliacally on your 12th house. So be cautious for your health. Be cautious for secret hidden enemies. Also, you may lack a bit of energy, but when you're taking good care of your health, I'm certainly that you will work this out. Venus will be supporting your health, but still be cautious and be responsible for your health until Saturn, your ascendant ruler, is in the 12th house. yes, you may have some small tension and issues at work. And then Aquarius, excuse me, Mercury is rising heliacally on your ascendant, and this is great. This is blessing for studies, learning, like new truth, new true knowledge or facts will come into your life like a true blessing. This can manifest also in some nice events, depends how your natal Mercury is placed. Jupiter is very much supportive for your work. Your ascendant ruler is in the 11th house, also quite good, supporting your finances, but once again, depends on your natal chart and how this is placed on your natal chart. Now Venus is very much blessing you, blessing your finances. So I see this week as quite good. Interesting will be how the change of signs of Rahu and Ketu will influence you, but this is again depending on your natal chart. In any case, for certain, they will influence you towards obtaining new knowledge or entering new level of spirituality and awareness and vibration. So also the placement of Mars on own house, on own zodiacal sign, on your 3rd house, will give like new energy for studies, for trade, communication, and together with Mercury, this can be a very nice aspect of productive in terms of business. So with this, I'm completing my brief analysis. I hope it is useful. You may look at my monthly analysis, which is on different, which is different, which is looking at day by day, which day is good for different life activities. It's like in my monthly analysis, I'm looking at which days are good for operations, surgical interventions, new initiatives, new business, which days are bad for travel or good for travel, just to give you indication how to take good care of yourself by having the knowledge of the lunar path. If you like to have better insight on your natal charts, then you may like to contact me personally, because this is just very basic, but I hope informative analysis. Thank you.